Welcome to the Thursday episode of End the Simpademic. I'm Jason, and I am here to discuss a totally different subject here. I'm kind of going off track of my previous agenda that I had lined up of episodes here, and I'm going to take a sidetrack here on one particular subject. I don't think it gets talked about a whole lot in general, and then that is a big part of the manosphere right now, as they call it. And that is faceless channels. And faceless channels means exactly what it seems like. These are channels that don't have a face appearing like this one. They don't have you have no way of knowing who is producing it. They keep themselves anonymous. There are a lot of times there are good reasons I can think of to have a faceless channel. I just endured one of those. And somebody I had to get I felt like I had to seek approval from my office and my present employer to be able to pursue this channel and to be able to post episodes. And so I went ahead and did that. If they had denied me, I might have had a very good reason to go faceless with this particular channel. However, fortunately, they just said, you know what, you didn't even need to do that to begin with. You know what, go do your thing. Just don't do anything stupid. And so here I am. Now, as far as these other channels are concerned, there are ones that are called like Manhood. Cosmic Verse is another one of them. Man Reacts is another one. These are all manosphere channels that are faceless. They have a voice and they have some visuals, but the person's face never appears in the video. And I believe with all of my heart, in my opinion anyway, that a lot of these producers of this material are doing it because they don't want to be held accountable. They don't want anybody to track them down. They know that some of their opinions are fairly objectionable, and that's not what I'm about. I'm not about giving all these men a reason to abandon women. I haven't really abandoned women. I don't actively pursue anymore, but if it happens, it happens. That's my take on that one. But these channels are like the MGTOW movement. All women are trash. All women are gold diggers. All women are hypergamous. And I'm gonna have a tape on that particular subject. I'm gonna have an episode on that particular subject fairly shortly. And I'm not gonna do it in a way that's going to paint all women in the same bucket, because you can't. And I'm also just gonna say that right now, these faceless channels, I think, are kind of a scourge on the internet, because they are advertising their advertising theories and ideas that I think are just very harmful to us right now. I'm 52 years old, and I'm obviously not looking to have any more kids. I've actually had the fix done, so I can't do it. But even if, I'm not part of the overall demographic, future children, future father type of thing. I already have a daughter who's 19 years old and lives almost entirely with her mother. But the only way to say it right now is I'm waiting for my better together, and I'm not going to sit there and withdraw myself from society, withdraw myself from the entire picture. I'm a people person at heart. I'm somebody who I have a lot of connections with a lot of people that you would probably be surprised. There's been a lot of movers and shakers, and they've just come into my life, and I've just naturally built a connection with a lot of these people because there's a lot of things that I can identify with some of them in. And so that as far as that type of ability to connect with people, I'm basically him. And my future my future second wife, I should say, is going to be somebody who's going to not complete me, but we're going to be greater than the sum of our parts. We're going to be able to build something tremendous. It's going to be like 1 + 1 = 4 is going to be the best way to put it. And these manosphere channels do not leave room for any of that. All women are trash. All women are looking to divorce and take half of everything that you have. My ex-wife did not do that. She said basically everybody leaves with what they have. And that's what happened with that. And I'm very grateful for that to this day. So I don't I don't fall into that bucket at all, being a divorcee. I do not fall into the women are all out there to grab their bag, are all out there to get your money. They're all out there to get married and then just take half of what you have. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes it does, but it doesn't always work that way. As far as women being hypergamous, yes, there is a natural aspect to that. However, no two women are alike. You can't sit there and slap that label on everybody. Um, as far as women rejecting you, yeah, I've had two women attempt to me too me, the Me Too movement. I've had two women that have attempted to level allegations against me, just for merely approaching or just for merely suggesting either going out or even starting a relationship. However, that is not everybody. I tread very carefully these days, obviously, because I don't want that to happen again. But it's not a reason to withdraw entirely from the game. I mean, who knows? I mean, at some point, I'm kind of envisioning that this woman's just going to find me, and we're just going to immediately know. And if I have the idea that I don't approach women at all, that won't happen on its own. Because then I would just be like, even if I know immediately, if I was a MGTOW, I'd just be like, oh, hightail it out of here. I am not. I just think these channels are just very harmful, very destructive. They don't offer any solutions. And there's another channel creator. Her name is Billy Ray Brandt, and what she said was that these channels cause they're like angertainment. They cause an anger reaction, and they give you the dopamine hit of validation, and that's the cycle that you get put into. I would kind of know because I've watched these channels, and that's kind of been the temptation. But being my logical self, I kind of pulled myself back from that and didn't fall down that rabbit hole. As far as the whole passport bros thing, a lot of these channels don't really talk about that, but that is an option for Western men in particular these days to pursue somebody overseas. If that's you, if you feel that way, more power to you. Again, as I've said before, there are two professional bowlers who I met at the tour stop here in Minnesota. Phenomenal ladies. I would have thought that they would have been flirting with me if I didn't already know that they're one in a long-term relationship and the other one married. If you find that appealing, if you find the possibility of going to Southeast Asia or Eastern Europe or even Africa a viable opportunity, you do you. That's not something that I'm seeking to do. Again, if things happen, things happen. But I am not going for these manosphere channels. Not going for these really harmful ideas that are out there. My voice is starting to get thin here, so I got to cut this off pretty short here. But anyway, this is a different version of End the Simpademic. This is Jason, and I am signing out here. But I am. I felt like I had to bring that up tonight, and just trying to avoid these types of channels. These are faceless channels, and I believe that the people behind them are absolute cowards. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. We'll see you tomorrow.